All right, well, here we go. Your first pair rolling into the water box. Sunday morning, quarterfinal action in Wood Tucker Racing Super Street coming at you. Brian Gustafson left, Wade Metzinger right, pair of Mopars to lead us off on a beautiful Sunday morning here at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. Welcome to everyone who is here in person. Those of you who are watching on the live stream through NHRA.tv, the YouTube page, or Competition Plus, on behalf of the National Hot Rod Association and Lucas Oil, as well as our great live stream sponsors, Roof Tech, Jegs High Performance, Weldon High Performance, and Moser Engineering. I'm pretty sure I do know what you're talking about now.
No diggity, say my name, loser bike back.
So now we get them fired up, get the boards on, timing system straight, and they are off and running. First pair down the racetrack. Sunday final eliminations. Brian Gustafson was 006 on this end of the racetrack. Both of them 1093. Brian 1093-0, 006 on this end. He will move on to the semifinals as Tony Jones and Billy Hughes, pair of first-gen Camaros. Stock Eliminator, we need you to the lanes. Attention the pits. Stock Eliminator, we need you to the staging lanes, please. So Tony Jones, the Gilmer, Texas-based car on the left side. Billy Hughes over in the right lane. Runner-up last year. And clean and green off the stop, full throttle to the finish line. And Billy going to move on to the semis here. He is 37 up front, dead 8. Tony was 34, 2 over with an 8. Pretty much dead even at the starting line. Billy better on the racetrack. Ricky Sellers, John Long, your next pair. Ricky, the 66 Chevy 2 over in the left lane. John Long on the right side, based out of Cleburne, Texas. For John's Auto Service, Texas versus Oklahoma. So John Long turns it red, 7th thou. Ricky Sellers just going to cruise down the racetrack. John goes 1089, but red light coming on this end. Ricky goes 1486, and Chucky Weir will have a bye run into the semis. Supercharged Coyote-powered Chevy 2 wagon. So from Super Street, we're going to roll into the track darts, the 890 cars. JC3 Energy Services Super Comp. First pair, Mike Sechrist and Leonard Greathouse. Winner will get either Austin Williams or Mike Green in the semis. Mike Sechrist, 30 on this end of the racetrack, 1 over with a 0. Leonard Greathouse was 14 on this end, takes 500, goes under 887.6, 177. He had room down there, but took too much stripe. Austin Williams, Mike Green. Austin over on the far side. Number 2 in the world last year in Super Comp points. We'll get Mike Sechrist in the semis. Winner of this pair will get Mike Sechrist, rather. Green over on the left side for 405 performance. Both are green on this end. Austin got a little work to do on the big end of the racetrack. Not going to happen for him. Mike Green, 0-0-1 at the starting line. 1 over 4, 15 total. And the win light. Austin Williams was 16 on this end of the racetrack. 2 over 1, no good. And Mike Green will go to the semis. Dan Foley, Trinae Crisoni, your next pair. Foley over on the far side for Foley's Electrical Service. Out of Frisco. Crisoni out of Raceland, Louisiana for the Larice gang. Larice Motorsports Insurance bringing you the perfect package, or perfect run and best package award this season across all 7 NHRA divisions. Jessica Bagacki or Chris Dodd await the winner of this pair. 100th of a second on this end. Separate them at the finish line. Double breakout. Trinae Crisoni. We'll move on to the semis. 87-2 for Trinae. 84-5 for Foley. As your final pair of Super Compers, we should have all of our stock eliminator machines in the lanes. Stock eliminator, you should be in the staging lanes now. Jessica, the wife of Luke Bagacki, over on the left side. Chris Dodd, the 2-time Super Comp World Champ for Rare Morrison A1 Performance, over on the far side. The Super Stock rolls in behind them. Little over 100th of a second advantage to Jessica. Top end win light. Jessica Bagacki. Oh, baby, check out the margin of victory. 1/10,000th of a second. Jessica 002, 2 over 9. Chris Dodd 15, 1 over 6. Yeah, those numbers up there, both 31 total. Got to go all the way out to the little numbers to figure out the winner there. 0, 0, 0, 1 at the finish line. Jeffrey Miller. And Darrell Brown, first pair of Super Stockers. This is the semifinal round. Darrell, your number 1 qualifier, the Drag Pack Challenger over on the far side. Was the only car over a second under the index in qualifying. He's dialed 858, over a second head start, going to the Super Stock G Automatic Small Block 67 Camaro of Jeff Miller. He's dialed 984. Green for both, and Miller is off the throttle before he gets to the 330. Darrell Brown's just going to coast into the finals. Darrell was 009 on this end of the racetrack. Jeff would have had his hands full anyway. He was 33 at the tree. But you saw the nose of the car drop before he got to the 330 cone, and his weekend ends in the semis. So Stanfield Racing Engine Super Stock, 1/2 of the final round is set. The other half will be either Jeff Heffler or Harvey Emmons. Speedy Emmons. So Speedy in the GTE Automatic Cavalier, dialed 942 for Lucas Oil, Hoosier Tire, VP Racing Fuels. Emmons Autoplex. down in the Houston area, and Jeff Heffler, the Factory GTC Copo Power Plant underneath the hood of the 55 Chevy Shoebox. Jeff and his wife Charlotte own and operate Pro One Racing and Safety Products out of Santo, Texas. Jeff dialed 937 as we need Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas. Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas. We need you to the lanes, please. And Tom Thorpe Transport's Top Dragster. Tom Thorpe Transport's Top Dragster. And Roof Tech Comp Eliminator. Roof Tech Comp Eliminator. We need you as well, please. Harvey might go by speedy, but Jeff was much more speedy at the starting line, and it does not matter. Jeff Heffler, 009, goes 2 over, or 004 rather, goes 2 over 5. Speedy was 21 at the tree, dead 4-4. Thou at the finish line. Speedy Emmons goes to the final, and will take on Darrell Brown for the Wally in Superstock. So we should have Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas, Tom Thorpe Transport's Top Dragster, and Roof Tech Comp Eliminator rolling to the staging lanes. High performance and low prices. Get the parts you need today at Jegs High Performance. Get free same-day shipping on millions of items from over 600 brands. Jegs offers unmatched value through everyday low pricing. Find it cheaper and we'll match it. Click on jegs.com today. 100% satisfaction and lifetime support are included with every order. The place for performance since 1960. Jegs. Moser Engineering has been racing across 5 decades through 3 generations of racers and is proud to have been supporting the Sportsman racers since the beginning with a 2-day turnaround. Everything we make from axles, rear ends, suspension, and brakes are made here in the good old USA with one goal in mind, so you can win. Custom-made axles and rears without the wait. Check us out online at moserengineering.com or call and talk with our knowledgeable and friendly staff at 260-726-6689. The best quality and the best support. Only Moser Engineering. The Roof Tech D4 Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund was born and bred in the heart of the NHRA South Central Division to preserve one of the most diverse categories in drag racing. The special program delivers over $350,000 in cash payouts and benefits to the participants in the series. All Comp Eliminator racers are eligible to compete, and you don't even have to claim D4 as your home division. You too can be a sponsor of the Roof Tech D4 Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund with sponsorship benefits including public relations exposure and added advertising. Best of all, it's a tax write-off. So as you're wandering through the pits, check out the unique and innovative cars of Comp Eliminator and join us in cheering for the competitors in the Roof Tech D4 Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Weldon High Performance designs and manufactures the most reliable fuel pumps, regulators, and fuel filters for both carbureted and EFI high-performance engines. From our Big Bad Carb Series pumps to those for EFI setups, Weldon brings over 80 years of general and military aviation manufacturing expertise to its entire racing fuel system product line, making Weldon the choice of NHRA championship-winning sportsman racers across all categories. Visit weldonracing.com to learn more. Weldon, from the flight line to the starting line. Attention to the pits one more time. We need Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas. Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas. Last and final call. Need you to the lanes immediately. And Stock Eliminator need you immediately as well. Stock Eliminator need you immediately as well. Shenandoah Machine Top Sportsman, Shenandoah Machine Top Sportsman, we need you as well. Shenandoah Machine Top Sportsman to the lanes now, please. So Chet Tucker, the first car down in Super Gas with the bye run. Chet goes 991 at 168.
Yeah, she's 16 years old. She pitches for high school. She actually plays every position. I taught her how to play every position from the time she was 4 years old.
Bradley Garner, Chris Edson, your next two. Edson, left side, out of Mineral Wells for Tricky Graphics Custom Paint and the Corvette Roadster, the full-bodied Camaro on the right side, out of Illinois for Bradley Garner. Yeah. Garner better on this end, top end, wind light 2. Bradley Garner double breakout. He's 86 with a 2. Edson 85 with a 9. 3 thou difference at the finish line. Garner closer to the index, so Bradley will move on to the semifinals, and this is a 2-for-1. Shannon Brinkley and Austin Williams will have a winner of this pair will have a bye run into the final. All right, guys, we are at that point in time where if you are still in competition, get your car cooled down, fueled up, charged up, whatever you need, and bring it back up. If you are still in, we need you in the lanes now. If you are still in competition, we need you in the lanes now. Shannon, Austin. Both of them getaway green. Off the stop, looking over at each other. Who's it going to be? You want it? Nope. You take it. Nope. And Austin Williams. Let Shannon get down there first. Shannon goes too quick, 86.6 at 154. Austin, 993, only 152 miles an hour, was off the throttle, and he will move on to the semis with a bye into the final. So Tom Thorpe Transport's top dragster is coming up next. We should have Top Sportsman rolling right now. This is Mike Owen. Due to the way the ladder shakes out, Mike is going to solo his way into the semis, where he will take on either Holden Larice or Keith Neiman. Seven flat, 190 miles an hour for Mike. And here comes Holden Larice and Keith Neiman. Holden for Larice Motorsports Insurance out of Raceland, Louisiana. Keith down from Kansas, the firefighter by trade. Keith's first qualifying run of the weekend still sticks out in my head as one of the most interesting runs of the entire event. Roasting the tires off the hit and never took his foot out of it, just kind of waited until the car hooked up and still won a 650 something. $6.15 the dial for Keith, $6.17 for Holden, so a little baby head start going to the Larice Motorsports machine. Both of them get away green. Holden with the advantage at this end. Holden with the win light. Keith under 6.14. Holden still got there first, goes one over with a 0, and Holden Larice will take on Holden Larice will take on Mike Owen for a berth in the final round, and this will bring up Rick Carroll and Daria Vang. This is a 2-for-1. The winner of this pair will have a bye into the final. Carroll. The rest of the Carroll family operate Ardmore Dragway. Daria Vang made the drive down from Colorado. 2 centrifugal cars and 1 naturally aspirated car will comprise the semifinal round. Once again, we are at the point in the day where if you are still in competition, we need you in the lanes now. If you are still in competition in all classes, we need you in the lanes now. Top Sportsman and Comp Eliminator should be the next thing out. So if you are not in the lanes yet, you are tardy. Comp Eliminator and Top Sportsman, very last and final call. Actually, Stock Eliminator should be the next thing out. Rick Carroll turns it red. And he left the starting line first, so Daria Vang.
Oh, that's not right. Now that you realize.
Daria 620 with a 2 at 229. Rick 631, 216, but red lights both came on. Rick left the starting line first. And as far as red lights go, it is the first to turn on the red light. As we roll into Stock Eliminator, Sharon Bogus and Will Emmons. Sharon left side, the 3rd gen Camaro 1160 dial. Will right side, the A-Stock automatic machine, throws 1024 up on the board. So Will Emmons going to move on to the semis, goes 1025 on a 1024. Sharon was too quick. She got down there by 5 hun, goes under by only 3 measly thousandths of a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Attention the pits, Alan Firestone, personal invite. Alan Firestone, we need you in the lanes right now. As Speedy Emmons and Brad Plord. Emmons right side for Lucas Oil. Brad Plord going to move first in the D-Stock automatic Nova, and Speedy turns at 27 red. Brad Plord 004. Goes 1081, 105. Harvey Emmons, Speedy as he's known, 1027, but 27 too quick on this end. Jammin' Jerry Emmons will take on Will in the semis. Jerry hanging the front end up in the air on the big block 69 Camaro. Goes 1050, 113. So Will and Jerry will run each other in the semis. And Brad Plord with a win this round. And that was a 2-for-1. So Brad will find himself in the final. So we need all of our winners to stick around for winner circle pictures. Again, all winners need to stay on the property for winner circle photos. And this is your Sportsman Motorcycle final round. We're about to hand out the first Wally of the weekend for the event. Anyway, we handed out some earlier this weekend for Super Stock Class eliminations, but this is the first Wally for the event itself. Derek Dory and Phil Yates. Phil over on the far side, down from Kansas. He's dialed 816. He's going to spot 7/10 to Derek at the tree. Derek dialed 886. The 9-time Division IV Sportsman Motorcycle winner. Both of them get away green. Only 100th of a second between them at the tree. Advantage Phil Yates. Win light. Phil Yates dead on with a 2. Derek Dory got down there by 6 hun. Went under by 8 hun. 878 on the 886. Phil Yates with the win. Congrats to Phil and the rest of the crew on the title here this weekend in Sportsman Motorcycle. Your first winner has been crowned. And once again, everybody, listen up. If you are still in competition, we need you back in the lanes ASAP, quick, fast, in a hurry. Again, if you are still in competition, bring them up, and we need all of our winners to stay on the property for winner circle pictures. We will not hand out any Wallies until the event has been completed. So Macy Higgins and Alan Firestone.
Turn that down a little right here.
Not too loud.
Yeah, she's bumping out there.
Okay. Probably put about 60 or 70.
Yeah, that'll work.
So your semifinal round in Sinead Machine top sportsman Alan Firestone and Macy Higgins. Winner will get David Bills. David took down Kelly Land yesterday in the quarterfinals. And he will have a bye run this round. So Macy Higgins dialed 660 over on the left-hand side. Patterson Elite Power underneath the hood scoop, 832 cubic inches. Cylinder's basically a Coke bottle in that power plant. You know, one of them big giant 2-liter. Well, anyway. Alan Firestone, the oil field operator out of Velma, Oklahoma, nitrous-fed horsepower underneath the hood of his elite-powered Camaro. Green light, green light. Firestone, tracking. Does he have enough room at the top end? Yes, he does. Macy Higgins actually got there first by 4 hun, goes under by 8 measly little thousandths of a second. Alan Firestone, 642 with a 5. He was 24 on the tree, and he will go to the final round to take on David Bills at his home track. Attention the pits and the staging lanes, wherever you are on the property. If you have lost a set of, I think these are AirPods. If you have lost a set of wireless headphones, please come see me up here in the tower. And if you can describe the color of the case, we will return them to you. If not, I just got me a new toy. Super Gas, last and final call. Super Gas, need you to the lanes now. Actually, Super Gas already ran, but we need you back up in the lanes. Super Gas, we need you now. Super Gas, we need you to the lanes now, please. Along with everybody else. If you are still in, bring them up. Again, if you are still in competition, bring them up now. David Bills 10 red goes 6 or 729.6 dead on. So here comes Competition Eliminator quarterfinal round. Roger Brogdon and Greg Camplain, your first pair down. Roger Brogdon making his way back in the right side, the Roof Tech machine. Roger, the owner and operator of Roof Tech, roof construction company down in the Houston area. Greg Camplain, engine builder out of Brownsburg, Indiana. The C Dragster Automatic. Greg took down Joe Mazaris in a heads-up C Dragster Automatic matchup last round. Roger Brogdon got around Brooke Heckel in the B Altered Automatic. 500 cubic inch Pro Stock power plant underneath the hood and an automatic transmission. Roger getting a 0.05 of a second head start on this end of the racetrack. The winner's going to get either Brad Brewer or Brad Plord in the semis. Green lights a pair, very slight advantage. Roger Brogdon at the tree, finish line, win light 2. Roger Brogdon, Roger 6.99 with an 8. Under the index by 54. So he's going to take a slight hit going into the semis. Greg Camplain was 44 on this end, goes 7.07, was off the throttle well before the finish line. Roger was as well, only 165 miles an hour. Cody Lane and Sean Dodd will be your next two. Cody Lane out of Washington. Works for Amazon during the week. Finished number 5 in the world last year. Sean Dodd owns a landscaping company out of Double Oak, Texas. The wedge-headed C Econo altered left lane. So Comp Eliminator, the only category on the property that breakout rules do not apply. The numbers you see on the scoreboard at the top end of the racetrack, that is an index, and it is used to handicap the starting line. But Comp is a performance-based class, meaning whoever crosses the finish line first without bouncing off the walls, crossing the finish line, or red lighting is going to get the W. So Cody Lane getting a little over 0.2 of a second head start. 892 index, 870 for Sean. If you go 51 under or better, you take a small penalty into the next round. Advantage at the tree to Dodd. And Dodd is already out front by 8th mile. Cody's off the throttle early. Not real sure what happened to that car. 839 for Sean, only 138 miles an hour. And Sean Dodd will move on. Rick Brown and Steve Basgall will be the next pair down. There's Steve. C Econo dragster. 298 cubic inch. 298 cubic inch small block, motivating that machine down the racetrack. Steve down from Kansas. He is going to spot over 2 seconds at the tree. So Brad Plord and Brad Brewer, your next pair. Brad Brewer, the B altered out of California, leaves his rig down here in the Division 4 area, running the full schedule this year. He is going to be spotted about 0.6 of a second. Brad Plord, the double A altered methanol 23T Roadster in the far side. Car runs down in the 6:30 range. Can actually go quicker than that if he's under power all the way to the finish line. 379 cubic inch roots blown Hemi small block. Brad Brewer turns it red. Brad Plord off the throttle before the stripe and will coast to a 679.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So your semifinal round in Wood Tucker Racing Super Street, Ricky Sellers and Chuck Weir. Chuck, the street legal 67 Chevy 2 wagon. Ricky Sellers, 003. Oh, my goodness. Ricky's going to be banging his head against the side of the trailer when he gets back. He was 003, gets down there by 9 hun and goes under 1086. Chucky Weir will go to the final round for the second time this season in the Coyote-powered wagon. Brian Gustafson left, Billy Hughes right side. Billy was a runner-up here last year. Has a chance to go to the final round 2 years in a row. Oh!
Wow.
Brian Gustafson was 008 and left the starting line second. Oh my goodness. Billy Hughes was trip, zip, perfect at the tree. He gets there by 2 hun. They both go under. Billy 1086.5, Brian 1087.5. Brian closer to the index, so Brian Gustafson and Chucky Weir will run for the title in Wood Tucker Racing Super Street here this weekend. Once again, if you are still in competition in any class, we need you in the lanes ASAP. Again, anyone who is still in competition, we need you in the staging lanes ASAP, please. So this is your semifinals in JC3 Energy Services Super Comp. Mike Green and Mike Sechrist. Mike Green took down Austin Williams. Mike Sechrist got around Leonard Greathouse last round. Winner will get either Jessica Bagacki or Trinae Crisoni in the final. This is the 890 category. Once again, all cars still in competition should be heading back to the lanes. All cars still in competition should be heading back to the staging lanes. Green lights a pair. As they get down to the finish line, it's going to be Mike Green. He was 37 on this end. Get down to the semifinals in Super Comp. Count your lucky stars if you move on with a 37 light, but Mike Green going to do just that. Mike Sechrist was 66 on this end, goes under. Still couldn't get there. Mike Green 91.6 at 171 for the win. And he will take on either Jessica Bagacki or Trinae Crisoni in the final round. Jessica Bagacki red by 7 thou. Trinae Crisoni will go to the final, 885, 180 miles an hour. So your final round is set in JC3 Energy Super Comp. Super Gas rolling back in. Austin Williams, the Ortec Energy Technologies Camaro Roadster, got the W in the 2-for-1 last round, as if Austin needs any help. But he's got a free ride into the final. With all the success Austin's had in the sportsman racing world, him getting a bye run into the final is kind of like giving Donald Trump a dollar bill, isn't it? Austin goes 984, 171. Austin was texting at the tree, apparently. Goes 887 up front as Chet Tucker for Wood Tucker Racing and Bradley Garner trying to make the drive down from Illinois worth it. Got to get around that very tough Wood Tucker Racing Camaro Roadster. And it will be an all Wood Tucker Racing final round in Super Gas as Bradley Garner red by one thou on the bad side of the tree. 986, 168 for Chet. So Chet Tucker, Austin Williams, your final round in Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas here this weekend. Once again, everyone who's still in competition, we need you to the lanes. Everyone who's still in competition, we need you to the lanes right now. right, so here comes your final round in Stanfield Racing Engines Super Stock. Speedy Emmons left side, the GTE Automatic Cavalier, dialed 938. He's going to get 0.8 of a second head start. Darrell Brown, the factory Super Stock C Drag Pack Challenger, your number one qualifier, finds himself in the final round, dialed 858. Lucas Oil Machine left side, trying to take the trophy back to Texas. Darrell trying to keep it right here in the state of Oklahoma. Uh-oh. Darrell is dead late at the tree and the trophy, and the Wally is going back to Texas. Speedy Emmons is 30 on this end, 3 over 7. Darrell Brown was 0.92 at the starting line, goes 2 over with an 8. Congratulations to Speedy and the Lucas Oil gang. They are going back to Texas with a Wally. So your semifinal round in Tom Thorpe Transport's top dragster, Holden Larice and Mike Owen. Winner's going to take on Daria Vang in the final. Daria with a 2-for-1 win last round will have a bye run into the final. All she has to do is take the tree. Holden spotting 8.5 tenths to the Scroggins, Texas-based machine of Mike Owen. Mike dialed 7 flat. Holden for Larice Motorsports Insurance throws a 615 up on the dial-in board. Scott Spees standing behind the car. A couple of the Larice machines still in competition here this weekend. Seventh thou separate them on this end. Can Holden get there? He does, but he goes too quick. He gets there by 2 hun, goes under by 13 thou. Mike Owen, 18 at the tree, 1 over 6, 186 miles an hour. And Mike and Daria will be your final round in Tom Thorpe Transport's top dragster. Centrifugally supercharged 540 cubic inch alcohol burning big block Chevy between the frame rails of the Race Tech car. The Vang family brought a gaggle of race cars down with them this weekend. Daria, the only one still in competition at the late stages. Brother Chris leaning in there. Clutch guy for Derek Kramer in the Camping World Series on the Pro Stock car. Daria's 35 at the tree, goes 618. She had a 619 on the car, so that would have been under by 5 thou. Nobody in the other lane, though. 230 miles an hour, and that'll do it for Tom Thorpe Transport's top dragster, Daria Vang, and Mike Owen. Your final round coming up in just a little bit. Once again, everyone who is still in competition, we need you. If you are still in competition, we need you in the lanes now. So I want to issue a quick correction. I did call Daria Vang Chris's sister. That is actually his wife, and this is not one of those ding 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 situations. So Daria is Chris's wife, not his sister. So here comes your final round in Wood Tucker Racing Super Street. Brian Gustafson and Chucky Weir. The big three are all represented here. Brian Gustafson, the Mopar, 1970 Duster. Still with Mopar power. Chucky Weir, the 67 Chevy 2 wagon with a blue oval power plant underneath the hood, and it is street legal. This is his second final round appearance of the year. He was a bridesmaid at No Problem. Trying to hoist his first Wally of the year. Brian Gustafson hoping to do the same. And Chucky Weir is going to get his first Wally of the season. He is 002 on the wrong side of the tree. Brian Gustafson a little bit worse, 007. And Chucky Weir, 1088 with an 8. 125, 1085 2, 129 for Gustafson. Congratulations to Chucky Weir, your winner here this weekend in Wood Tucker Racing Super Street. Once again, everyone who is still in competition, we need you now. Everyone who is still in competition, we need you right now to the staging lanes. So your final round in Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas. Austin Williams, number 7 in the world last season for Ortec Energy Technologies and Wood Tucker Racing in the far side. And Chet Tucker, obviously, of Wood Tucker Racing in the near side. So an all Wood Tucker Racing final round. Does it stay here? Does it go back to Texas? Cars set up very similar, off the stop together. At the 8th mile, they are glued together. Finish line, it's going to be Chet Tucker. Austin Williams was 008 at the tree, had a hunt in his pocket, gets there 2 hunt ahead, and goes under by 1 little thousandth of a second. Chet Tucker, 20 on this end, 1/3. Congratulations to Chet and the entire Wood Tucker Racing gang. Hoisting the Wally in Houston Cheap Fireworks Super Gas here this weekend. So stock eliminator semifinals rolling into the water box. And we're leading it off with a pair of Emmons Family Motorsports machines. Uncle Jerry taking on his nephew Will. Had a chance to be an all Emmons semifinal. Brad Plord was able to take down Speedy. Jerry on the left side, the B stock automatic car 1050 dial. Will right side, the A stock automatic car dialed in 1025. Both of these 396 big block 69 Camaros. Comp, we need you. Comp Eliminator, we need you back in the lanes now, please. Comp Eliminator, need you back in the lanes now. And Little Will turns it red by 1 thou. Jerry's going to go to the final. 1046, 114, Will 1023, 128, and Brad Plord will have a bye run. Recipient of a 2-for-1 last round. And he's going to have to hustle back up and jump in that big bad blown roadster in comp, because we need comp in the lanes now. Comp Eliminator, need you in the lanes now. Brad coasting to a 1086. Once again, Comp Eliminator, need you right now. Comp Eliminator, need you in the lanes right now. So here comes your final round in Shenandoah Machine top sportsman, Alan Firestone and David Bills. Alan Firestone out of Velma, Oklahoma. For Elite Motorsports over on the right-hand side, Alan Firestone Racing Elite providing the power, the 754 cubic inch big block nitrous-fed power plant, and David Bills sporting a 632 cubic inch big block Chevy and the Roy Fisher owned Cavalier. David was your top dragster winner at No Problem. Trying to get his first Wally in top sportsman this season. Alan Firestone trying to do the same. David dialed 728. Getting almost 9/10 of a second head start. Alan Firestone throws a 640 up on the Cunningham side of the racetrack. Green lights for both of them. Firestone closing very fast. Top end, win light. David Bills for the second time this year and the first time in Shenandoah Machine top sportsman is holding the Wally. At the end of the day, he was 13 at the tree, 2 over with a 2. Alan Firestone, 007 at the tree, 644. A little bit further off pace, 206 miles an hour. Looked like Alan may have taken his foot out of it and given it back to him at the top end of the racetrack. So your final round in Super Comp. Out on the racetrack right now, Trinae Crisoni for Larice Motorsports Insurance and Mike Green. The Mondin chassis car for 405 Performance over on the left side. Mike took down Mike Sechrist last round. Trinae got around the always tough Jessica Bagacki. the 890 class. Who is going to be king of the mountain this weekend? Is it going to be the Okie or the Cajun? Green for both. Slight advantage at the starting line. Mike Green, Mike 001, and Mike Green is your Super Comp champ here this weekend. 001 at the tree, 2 over 0. Trinae Crisoni also 2 over 0, but was 12 at the starting line. And Mike Green, your winner in JC3 Energy Services Super Comp. Final call for Comp. Comp Eliminator. If you are not in the lanes, you are late. Comp Eliminator, need you right now. So comp semis should be in the staging lanes. If you're not there, you're late. Good, man. So we need comp semis, stock final, and top dragster final. Tom Thorpe Transport's top dragster. Final round, need you, Roof Tech Comp Eliminator, semis, and stock eliminator final. Need you back up in the lanes ASAP. Once again, we need our Tom Thorpe Transports Top Dragster Final, Roof Tech Comp Eliminator Semifinal, and Stock Eliminator Final back to the lanes right now, please. right, so your semifinal round in Roof Tech Comp Eliminator rolling into the water box. Sean Dodd and Rick Brown. Going to be your first pair out. There's Sean, the C Econo car. Five-time divisional event winner, making his way back to the starting line. Just over a tenth of a second head start going to Rick Brown, who's trying to make it two in a row. Ended up hoisting the Wally at the end of the Houston race at the end of March. Now, wheel standing B truck automatic, 318 cubic inches of small block Chevy power underneath the hood. Been doing this for 55 years. Originally out of Ohio, transplanted down here to Texas. Sean Dodd been running a comp eliminator a long time himself. Big wheels up launch for the truck. Sean Dodd has the advantage at the tree. At 1,000 foot, Rick slightly ahead at the finish line. It's going to be Sean Dodd. Sean 8:06, 64. 63 under the index, so he's going to take a 13-hun penalty into the final. Based on CIC, he had a little over 100th of a second in his pocket at the tree. Rick Brown 8:21, 154, not quite enough to get the job done. And Sean Dodd goes to the final round. Brad Plord and Roger Brogdon will be coming up momentarily to see who Sean will be racing in that final round. Special shout out to CCR Motorsports Insurance, Ambi Ampersand Soap Company, Clegg Industries, Harlan Towing, Emmons Autoplex, Bob Brockmeyer, and with CompuLink, and of course, Roger Brogdon and Roof Tech for bringing you the Roof Tech Division 4 Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Over $350,000 in bonus money up for grabs for our Comp Eliminator competitors this season. So before Brad Plord comes out, I want to give a shout out to the car owner Harry, who is watching back at home with Nurse Ratchet. Harry is under the weather right now. Got to make him feel a little bit better seeing Brad go a bunch of rounds this weekend. Brad is also in the final round of stock eliminator, so we all know what he has the potential to do this weekend. Not going to say it out loud. A little superstitious.
Must be.
Who won now?
So Brad Plord, you hear the big bad blown altered, the double A methanol machine roaring to life on the left side. And Roger Brogdon, the Roof Tech sponsored Cavalier, over on the right side, a little over a half a second head start going to Roger, the B altered automatic. pretty much a pro stock car with an automatic transmission and some added weight. So the Roof Tech Camaro making his way back to the starting line. You see Roger's brother Paul behind the car with the headset on. Brad Plord index of 696. The Roots blown 379 cubic inch small block. Burning alcohol. The thing is basically a top alcohol funny car chassis with an altered body on it. Sean Dodd awaits the winner of this pair in the final round. Advantage at the tree to Roger. If Brad wants to get there, he's going to have to take a hit, and he is not going to do it. Roger Brogdon, 696, under by 53. So he's going to take a very small index adjustment into the final round. Brad Plord saw that he was not going to get there. Clicked it before the stripe, still goes 649, 186 miles an hour, but a great showing by Brad. Semifinal finish in comp, and he is in the finals of Stock Eliminator. We'll see him again in just a little bit. So the only things left on the agenda for this afternoon are the Tom Thorpe Transport Top Dragster Final, which is in the water box right now, the Stock Eliminator Final, and the Comp Eliminator Final round, and then we will be taking some winner's circle pictures here at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. So your Tom Thorpe Transport Top Dragster Final. Really fast bracket racing. Mike Owen left side. The naturally aspirated car out of Scroggins, Texas. He's dialed 701. And for Daria Vang, the wife of Chris Vang. Had to make sure I said that correctly this time. Daria in the last two rounds took out Rick Carroll and J.R. Baxter. Mike Owen got around Holden Larice, Kurt Neiman, and Baby Larice. Excuse me, he took out Baby Larice. He had a bye run in the quarters, so here we go. So Mike Owen with problems at the starting line. The car didn't seem to want to move into the beams, finally did, and threw him off it. Probably already pressed the button, so. So congrats to Daria Vang and the Vang family. Coasting to a 734 for the win. She is your champion in Tom Thorpe Transport Top Dragster. Mike Owen went to roll into the beams, and when he reached for the trans brake button, the car started to roll backwards out of the beams. Pulled in shallow enough that stage light actually came off. So Mike pretty thrown off by the sequence of events down there on the starting line. So tough break for him, but congrats to Daria and Chris and Sarah and the entire Vang family. 2 final rounds left to go here this weekend. Stock eliminator and comp eliminator. Comp just ran a few moments ago, so they're going to need a little bit of time, but stock eliminator should be ready to go. As long as Brad Plord able to get back and jump in his stocker. So on behalf of the NHRA and Lucas Oil, thank you everyone for joining us out here this weekend.
54 even. So you go, oh, okay. I didn't do 4. So 50 minus 694, 6. 696.4. So it should be 50. 536. Yeah, 53.6.
Special thank you to all of our live stream sponsors as well, Roof Tech and Mr. Roger Brogdon, Jegs High Performance, Weldon High Performance, and of course Moser Engineering, as well as Mr. Warren Evans, of course, for being here. If you're new to the world of NHRA sportsman drag racing here in the Lucas Oil Series, you'll notice a lot of the cars that run in the bracket or index categories. As consistency is the name of the game, the best way to ensure you have consistency is to stage as shallow as possible, which is why you notice the bulbs flickering a lot of times whenever these competitors bump their way in. And it looked like Mike Owen in the top dragster final round suffered an unfortunate side effect of that, is when he went to reach for the trans brake button, the car jumped in the beams a little bit, and he was in shallow enough to where just that little bit of movement caused the car to come out of the beams, had to let the box cycle, and by the time he reached back up for the button, the tree was already dropping. There wasn't much that Mike could do other than hope that Daria Vang made a mistake, and she did not. So 2 winners left to crown here this weekend at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. It's been a cold weekend. Had to battle the weather a little bit yesterday with temperatures dropping to the point where it became a safety concern. Then shortly thereafter it started misting anyway. It's been a great weekend of racing. Thank you everyone for joining us out here. And stick around, we got 2 pairs left to go. And then we're going to have a whole bunch of folks with a date with Mr. Robert Grice. Yeah, I said your name. You look so cute sitting on top of your golf cart like that. I don't know if you In case you are not already there, we need the stock eliminator final to the staging lanes now, and we need the comp eliminator final just as soon as you can get them up there. Again, comp eliminator final to the lanes, please. Stock eliminator final, need you right now. So here we go, your final round in stock eliminator. It's going to be Jammin' Jerry Emmons, a former world champ over on the left-hand side in stock eliminator. So Jerry dialed 1049, the big block 69 Camaro. Brad Plord, semifinal finish in comp eliminator. Trying to take home a Wally in stock. The Lucas Oil 1970 Chevy Nova over on the far side, 1072 dial. Brad's going to move first by a little more than 0.2 of a second. Then Jerry going to try to chase him down in the big block car. Wheels up a pair. Brad out front at the 8th. And 1,000 foot. Finish line, win light. Brad Plord, 32 on the tree. Dead 5. Jerry, 26 on the tree. Under by 5 thou. Got there 16 thou ahead. And Brad Plord, your champion here this weekend in stock eliminator. Congratulations to Brad and the rest of the team. And we have one pair of cars left to go down the racetrack. Comp Eliminator Final. If you are not in the lanes, we need you now. Comp Eliminator Final. If you are not in the lanes, we need you right now. We need all of our winners hanging around the staging lanes area for winner's circle pictures.
Test, test, test. Test, test. Attention in the pits. We have checks in the first floor of the timing tower, guys. We have checks for Brittany Blockman, Mark Griffin, Harvey Evans, Wade Metzinger, Will Emmons, Rick Brown, Brinkley Racing, Christopher Dodd, Ricky Sellers, Jeffrey Miller, Brad Brewer, Camp Lane Machine, Cody Lane, Steve Bascal, Dwayne Higgins, and Brad Plord down here, as well as Alan Firestone, David Bills, Harvey Emmons, and Daryl Brown. So first floor, guys, first floor of the timing tower. We'll get you handled down here for payouts.
folks. Here comes the final round of the weekend. Roof Tech Comp Eliminator. And how fitting is it that the Roof Tech machine and Roger Brogdon finds his way into the final round himself. The B-altered automatic making his way back to the starting line over the right-hand side. Out of Tomball, Texas. Pro stock car with an automatic transmission in it. And Sean Dodd, longtime comp racer in his own right. 2005 Chevy Cobalt. C Econo altered, 857 the index for Sean. He's going to move first by just over a second. And then Roger going to have to chase him down at the finish line. All of our winners need to be back in the staging lanes for winner circle picks. Going to be coming up right after Comp crosses the finish line. It's been a great weekend of racing. And we are just about ready to put a bookend on it. Sean Dodd turns it red. Roger Brogdon is your comp eliminator champion here this weekend at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. He coast to a 796, both of them too quick off the starting line. Sean Dodd moved first, so he will be the bridesmaid this weekend, and Roger and Paul and the rest of the Brogdon crew are going to have some pictures taken. Kayla and Joe Mazaris going to make a test hit, and then we will be done for the day. So Kayla in the K-altered automatic left side, Joe the C-Dragster automatic over on the far side. Went out earlier this weekend. Just wanting to get some data before they stick them in the box and start the drive back to Phoenix. Kayla with a 751, that would be 66 under. Joe with a 714 would be 45 under, and that was the final pair of cars of the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us out here at Thunder Valley Raceway Park for the third stop on the 2023 schedule for the NHRA Lucas Oil Series in Division 4. And we will see you down the road next month in Dallas. Thank you to everyone for watching on the live stream as well. Thank you to Roof Tech, Moser Engineering, Jegs High Performance, and Weldon High Performance, and of course, Mr. Warren Evans for being here this weekend. And we hope everybody has a safe drive home, and we hope you had as much fun as we did this weekend. See you in Dallas.